Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blissful Living Podcast. I'm the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, Rochel Marie Lawson, and I'm happy to be here with you. I have a fabulous guest for you today, and we're going to be talking about revolutionizing success, a new era for women, and finding your queen. I absolutely love our dialogue. But as you all know, when I get started, I like to make sure that you have a place where you can capture the nuggets of gold that the guests will be sharing because you can always listen to the show again and again and again, but it just makes it a little bit more intimate and it allows you to take time for yourself throughout your busy day just to refresh and re-nourish yourself. So find a place to sit, get your favorite beverage, get something to write with, pen, your favorite piece of paper, or rather your favorite pen and a piece of paper, and tell your family to give you a few moments so that you could just really be engaged into the wisdom that's going to be shared by our guest today. And while you're doing that, let me take care of business. I want to thank my sponsors, Blissful Living for You at Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com. They have some wonderful things going on. And, we're getting ready to approach summer. I don't know where you are, but where I'm at, it's already 100 plus degrees. So summer is here, but it's not June 21st yet, so to speak. It's not the first day of summer, but summer is already embarking upon us. But I know all of you like to look, especially ladies, like to look fabulous because, in the summertime, we wear less clothes. We get in our bathing suits. We want things to be right and tight, so to speak, when we step out on that beach or wherever we're going, swimming pool, wherever we're going. We just want to look good. And summertime is where we show the most skin. And so if you're looking to really get your body right, you want to check out Blissful Living for You because they have a 21-day, what they call Blissful Cleanse, that will get your body right in 21 days. And you'll feel fabulous. You look fabulous, radiant, and you'll feel energized and healthy. And girls, you will be super sexy. So if that's something you're looking to do, or maybe you already feel that your body's tight, but you still just want to feel that beautiful energy and be able to ebb and flow in the summertime as the weather warms up, then you want to check out the Blissful Cleanse at the Blissful Living for You site, which is Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com. And they have some other amazing things, but I thought just because we're in that time of year, I would highlight that program that they have going on. And they're offering 75% off. So, it's just like almost like a slam dunk. So check them out at, again, Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com. And then the next sponsor is All Day Cable Incorporated. All Day Cable Incorporated is a telecommunications installation company located in Silicon Valley. They've been in business for 34 years, since 1990, and they specialize in voice, data, fiber optic cable installation, all your network distribution, so that when you make the connection, with your customers on the end, you make it right the first time. They service small, medium, and large corporations. And again, they are a premier telecommunications installation company that's looking to partner with you so that your businesses can have phenomenal connection, particularly as we move into higher speeds of transmission with all the information that we get on a daily basis. So if you're looking for something that's flexible and reliable and premier when it comes to telecommunications installation, you want to check out All Day Cable Inc. at alldaycableinc.com. All right, so you've had some time to get your space, as I like to say, together. So hopefully you got your beverage, you made a lot of candle, incense, tell the family to give you a few moments. And if you're listening while you're driving, definitely pay attention to the road. And also, if you like the show, please subscribe to the show so you get advanced notifications of the guests. But also share the show with everyone you love and care about, because the information that's shared on the show, many times the guests share the information freely from their heart, but they have customers and clients that pay them thousands of dollars for the wisdom that they share with us here. So again, if you like the show, subscribe to it and definitely share the show. Now, let me tell you about my girl here, because she is a queen, radiating, and it's like, I'm going to say it's a 8. Well, as y'all know, it is the age of Aquarius. And so we got 2 powerhouse Aquariuses in the studio today, myself, the Queen of Fabulous. And I've just titled this lovely lady here as a queen as well, Queen Nicola Salter. So let me tell you about her.
Thank
Nicola
you.
Salter is a British and a women's high performance leadership coach for personal and business transformation, integrative emotional wellness practitioner, and author. She helps women in business scale, release fear, doubt, and burnout to find their inner queens, build resiliency, vision, and a growth mindset. Let me write this. She's a former marketing and public relations specialist and a writer, but Nicola's worked with prestigious organizations such as the BBC, politicians like Margaret Thatcher, and has studied under Princess Diana's homeopath. And so today we're going to be talking about revolutionizing success, a new era for women in finding your queen. And I want to welcome you, Nicola, to
Thank
the
you.
show. We're having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure why my camera is not working, but let's try it again because everything on my end says it looks good and it's to go. Well, anyways,
Okay.
Paula, how are you?
Well, thank you, Rochelle. I am great and I'm excited to be with you today. And as you said, we're fellow Aquarians. We're both really dedicated with a mission to help women redefine themselves and find their strength. And I've been doing it for 27 years and I'm just delighted to meet a soulmate doing the same thing. And it was just very serendipitous how we met. So I'm very excited to be here today.
It is. Well, sometimes I always say great minds do come together and we
Yeah.
definitely think alike, right? So,
Yeah.
um, uh, I'm getting all this banter in the background here just because my camera still seems not to be working.
Mm.
Um,
Well, we
but
can
no.
to crack on with
We
audio. Yeah.
gotta roll with it. Um, so let's just jump into our conversation.
Okay.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
This very first question. First of all, what does it mean to you when it comes to, we're talking about revolutionizing success in this new era for women? What
Mm.
exactly does that mean to you?
What that means is for me with where we're at now. There you are. I can see you now, beautiful face with your crown on. Look at you. You look amazing.
I should have these crowns that I send out to my guests,
You
especially
should.
Aquarius. That's so funny because myself and maybe there's a delay with the connection. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Maybe.
But
But you know what, girl, you look amazing. And I think this is just fabulous for everyone to see you with your crown because this is who we are as women and this is our success. And your question about what does revolutionizing success mean? Well, to me, I mean, I've been working with women for so long now. I've worked with like 18,000 women for 27 years. And what I've really discovered is that women have been living up to this illusion of what men's values are for success. And we've groomed ourselves very subtly and not our fault by any means. It's what we've been used to as a society. And what I feel is that this word success is so stressful, but it's something that's easily identifiable. And I'm working with women to really come from the place of like, it's more about accomplishment. It's about what you want to accomplish in terms of your own values and what you want to bring to community, not what the men's values are. And I'm not throwing men's values out of the window by any means. It's important. But what we've forgotten is that we are as successful, just as successful, with such a caring, compassionate, intuitive side to us that we tend to throw to one side just so we fit in with what these men's values are and the typical paradigm of success. So that's what I mean.
I like that. I like how you say, or how you said that we are basically identifying our success based on what men's values are. And we should
Mm-hmm.
no longer do that because in this day and age of revelation of queens here, we don't need an approval of a man to, one, say that we're successful, and two,
Correct.
to go ahead and step out in our 5-inch heels and walk that catwalk and be successful at doing it. And I think in the past, I don't know how that came about, but in the past, women didn't have really a lot of control over their domain
Mm-mm.
and dominion. And so
Right.
we've let that go. But I'm a rep. Look, y'all, if y'all don't know, I've been a rebel since I was a little girl. And I
I'm with
always
you.
told me, look, if you told me I couldn't do it, especially if a man or a boy told me, well, I'm like, watch me, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it
Yeah.
better than you think. And so
Yeah.
I love how you say that it's time to stop looking at our successes based on what the values of men and own your success based on your own values, because that's
Right.
true how you identify how you're successful. I love that. Now, what do you feel is most important to women, especially at work and at home these days?
So what I feel is what I've seen with my work is that they feel fulfilled and they're on purpose. Whether they're working or taking care of the kids, it's that fulfillment and purpose piece that's very important to them. And bearing in mind that they drop that need to be superwoman. So most women want to drop that need to be superwoman. They want to be the queen. Queen and superwoman is very different. Queen is owning your kingdom, owning your strength, as you know, being that rebel, really following through on your values and beliefs, and being that essence of who you really are, and setting boundaries and being graceful. Superwomen, you know, we all think that we're on the feminist side and we believe in feminism, and feminism has done a lot for us in the past, of course, standing up for women. But really, if we're not really practicing it at home, so for example, if you believe in women's values and then you go to your kid's birthday party at a friend's house and they've thrown this huge party and it's all beautiful and so exciting, and then you come home and feel guilty because you're not throwing the same size party for your kid, you're not really following through on what the feminism stands for. You're still comparing yourself. So the being at home and at work, really being fulfilled and on purpose and not minding what other people think. Stop spinning so many plates and really start integrating what you believe in and your beliefs into the community in the way that you want to do it. Not getting reassurances the whole time. Oh, I can't. Or what do you think? Or should I do this? Like, no, it's, you know what you want to do. You've got it. It's now taking the confidence to build that out, whether you're at home or work. It's really finding that fulfillment and purpose in what you're doing.
You know, you said a lot in that, and I can resonate with what you've said. One of the things that came up for me was I was a mom that I'm running a business. I
Mm,
doing my nursing stuff at night because I love that. I'm
yeah,
very passionate about it.
you're
But
amazing.
yet, I cooked breakfast and dinner for my kids every night. They rarely ate fast food. And then when in the summertime I was home, I would work around stuff, but I also would make them lunch. And so I was having a
Mhm.
conversation with my daughter the other day, and she was like, "How did you do it?" And I remember
Yeah,
hearing from people in my neighborhood, other ladies were like, "How are you doing this? And why are you doing this? And
yeah,
you're killing yourself. You're burning the candle at both ends." And I said, "You know what? I'm not burning the candle at both ends.
no,
It's something that I had set up to do for myself when I had
yes,
kids. It
yeah,
was just so, because I'm doing, don't compare yourself to me. And I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it flawlessly, right? I mean, there were some
yes, you
hiccups, of
did.
course, but I'm like,
But
don't compare yourself to me. Do what makes you feel right. If you want to, whatever you want to do what
yeah,
makes you feel right. But don't feel like you need to compare yourself to me, because I'm just a
correct.
person. I'm just doing what's right for me and what I want to do and how I envisioned myself as a little girl when I had kids, what I would do,
Yeah,
right? But it's
yeah,
so funny because women, we do compare ourselves to other women, and then we feel bad when we're not
that's right.
holding ourselves up to their standards. And then when a man says, they try to put us, quote, in our places, and you should be at home barefoot and pregnant and cooking dinner. There's all these people's standards that are out
Mhm.
there, and we get lost in it, and so we forget what success means to us
We
because we're
do,
so
and
busy.
we do. I'm so, it's so fabulous what you've just said, and the fact that you give such a great example, because you were fulfilled by, you weren't burnt out or overwhelmed by the fact that you were cooking dinner. It really filled you up. And as women, we're not meant to lose that part of ourselves. We're meant to be caretakers. We're meant to be compassionate. We're meant to be intuitive, and we get pulled into what everyone else wants us to be, and we lose our center. So it's really exciting to hear you say that. And there is such a powerful part of ourselves where we've got disconnected from and lost our confidence. And I get why, because over the centuries, you know, we've been completely exposed to negativity and put in our place. This is our time, and we've never more than ever been given a time to thrive. And yet we still question whether we should or not. We feel guilty about it, about putting ourselves first. And, you know, it's about balance. It's about being that beautiful, divine, feminine self, purpose, fulfillment, and still finding the balance for you so that you don't get lost in all of it.
I love it. I want to bring this in because I know you're from the UK, and I want to know. And I know you're not going to tell where you live. That's up to you. But I know you're in California, the
Yeah.
Golden State, best state in
Golden
the
State.
nation. I know people
Most
go,
expensive.
you know, the best state in the nation. But with comparison to how, you know, we value and we see our successes here in the US versus compared into the UK, and the stereotypical roles that each country has, which are a little bit different. Can you share a little bit of enlightenment with regards to how do women think in this day and age, or about what we're talking about, revolutionizing themselves in the UK? Are they, you know, because it's very, how can I say, formal. You know, the
Yeah, that's a
UK
good
is,
word. Yeah,
right?
very formal.
Whereas we're, you know, in the US, we're the wild childs, right? So how do
Well,
you?
I see, you know, and the US to me is the pioneers. I mean, we're all more or less based from Europe, and you guys came over here, you were pioneers, you courage and bravery like nothing else on earth, really, setting up a whole new land and what you did. And I think Americans forget that sometimes, how much of a pioneer they are, an adventurer. The difference is, I feel that now things have changed. What I've seen is that the English women are more likely to stand up faster for themselves and not pull someone down, but very quick to assert themselves when they hear something that really is rather disrespectful. Whereas in the past, when I was working in the corporate field, you know, I was kind of one of the first women to start breaking the glass ceiling and working with men. It was a rough introduction at a very young age to build my confidence, to be honest. But women now, I think in England, tend to stand up faster than women do here, which is surprising to me. And yeah, women are very aware here. They're very like, of course, the values and their importance and being respected, but they're not always as fast to say something generally. I mean, there's a few, but not generally. There's still that nervousness about speaking up.
Interesting. 'Cause, you know,
Yeah.
I would be like the opposite. Like we're,
Well,
of
you
course,
are.
yeah, of course,
You
you
are.
know.
We are
But
as
you
Aquarians.
well, just Aquarius in general, we're rebels to begin with, right? You know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like, I love the UK because of the formality of things, and so it just it's very interesting. And thank you for sharing that, because I think people need to understand that it's not like the old back in the day when,
Nope.
you know,
No,
the
it's
monarch,
not.
you know, even the 1900s, 1800s, that, you know, was where women just had
Yeah.
their place. They used to sit there, look pretty, and don't say a word. This is men's business. And
Yeah.
now they're like, no, I'm going to speak up. If I'm going to speak up, and I don't care if it's a man's world, I'm going to speak up because this means this is important to me. Whereas women here in the US, they kind of sit back in the cut, and they'll take it until they can't
Yeah.
take it anymore. And
Yeah.
so, and they don't often speak up. Not everybody's like us.
No, they're not. They're not. And I feel, you know, I've watched the change in England and the changes here, and I've worked with a lot of women around the world. I would say, though, even with the women in England, there's still some hesitancy. They speak up, but it still takes courage to do that, where it's not as organic and natural yet. I'm hoping it will be as the more we get used to it. It's like exercising a new muscle, basically, a new part of your
Right.
brain to say it's okay and give yourself permission to do that. It takes time. And we're in the very early days of change and transformation. So,
I love it. I love it. So now I want to ask you this. How do women create their own vision of success that's different than
Yeah.
men's?
So, whether you're a mom, a business owner, a leadership career person, entrepreneur, um, really and truly, it's finding strength in your inner self, your inner queen, as we say, and being okay with being imperfect is the first step. Embracing your flaws, being raw about who you really are, and looking at what you stand up and believe in. Now, the flaws and being imperfect are key because we learn so much from those. And success isn't just about generating a ton of money and being seen as a Times top 100 bestseller or whatever it might be. Success is also personal work, doing the inner work of observing yourself and growing and changing and speaking up. And it's taking your intuition, that inner voice that you have. We all have it. You, as women, we're so blessed with that inner voice, that wisdom of when something doesn't feel right. It's taking that and trusting it. So even if you are at work and in the workplace, using that intuition really helps men. It's not something that's going to devalue them. We're coming in to support them as a team with the intuition we have and the way in which we like to work. The way we work is, remember, you have a family, remember, you have a community. It's not about forgetting all of that and focusing on the projects and making the money. It's about embracing all of it with balance and being okay with that. It's creating that paradigm for yourself that works for you.
Ah, that's it. That's the nugget to go. Creating a paradigm for yourself that works for you, that taps into
Yeah,
your inner essence. And I
yeah,
think sometimes that's where we fall short. We create a
yeah,
paradigm for success, but sometimes it's not built on to work for us because we're looking external of ourselves for that
right.
approval, right? And when
Yeah,
you drop the external need for approval and focus on your inner self,
yeah.
that's when the magic happens. I love that. Okay, so
Wow. Yeah. You are amazing. I love the way you captured that. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now, what do you see as the biggest misconception that women have these days? And I know there's a bunch, but what do you
Yeah.
see as the biggest ones?
I think there's still a tendency to self-sacrifice and self-sabotage on behalf of others, putting everyone else first, rather than themselves. Um, I do feel that that leads to a lot of burnout and overwhelm. And I feel that, with women, there's such an opportunity to look at self-work, inner reflective work of, am I ready to believe in that I can make a change for myself? Am I ready to be open and vulnerable about what's been holding me back? Am I ready to do the inner work? Am I ready to land and really own my role as queen? You have a queendom, you rule, you have a lot more power than you recognize. I mean, you organize all of the spinning plates, you're the CEO of your queendom. And I think women, tend to forget that they have this amazing power. And it's really important, as I said, for women to understand that they are more than what they believe they are. It's to regrow their confidence. It's to regrow it because it's there. We just need to regrow it.
I love that. Women, ladies, you are more than what you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's the affirmation of the day. You are more than what you think you are. So, ladies, listening to me, you see us, whatever. Take the rest of the day and every few
Yeah.
minutes, pull out your little mirror when you're fixing your lipstick, or you walk by a mirror, you go to the bathroom in the corporate office, or whatever you're doing. You look at yourself in the mirror and repeat to yourself, "You are more than what you think you are." Because I
Mm-hmm.
think that's beautiful. Because I think many women don't understand their greatness and they
Yeah.
don't think that they are as valuable as they are. And so I absolutely love that. Okay, so now
Yeah.
how do women find their superpower without feeling stressed out about it? Because first of all, identify superpower and then how do women find it?
Well, you're a walking, beautiful vessel of superpowers. You're already superpowers. It's getting honest with yourself in terms of what you're good at, what your low hanging fruit is, what comes easily to you. And that's a superpower. For some people, it could be organizing kids' parties. For some people, it could be doing dinners. For some people, it could be bringing people together in the community for social events. For some women, it could be at work, just really being able to join all the dots really quickly together when a problem arises and solution providing. It's identifying what you're really good at. What is that superpower that makes you stand out? And this is what I help women do. I help them redefine their purpose and find out why they're here, to stay on track so they don't get distracted with all the shiny things. And your superpower, your purpose might come very easily to you, and you think, well, everyone can do this. Like, no, they can't. You have a unique brilliance, as I call it, that makes you stand out, and that's what you're here to do. And it's what comes easy to you. What is my low-hanging fruit, and what do I enjoy doing?
Oh, I love it. What is easy? What comes easy to you might be just the identifier for your superpower, ladies, and okay, gentlemen, because you might be watching too.
Yeah.
Um, and here's the thing, guys, we can support your women and the women in your life with this as well, just by listening to the show and also jotting down these nuggets of gold. So when your woman is like, you know what, look, hold up, I need to take some time for myself. Give me 5, don't
Yeah,
get all ashamed
exactly.
or butthurt about it because she needs to give you, she needs 5 minutes for herself. Allow your lady with grace to be able to have that time for herself. Because here's the thing, guys, you always will benefit from it.
Yeah.
Because if she can be in a place where she's better, it just makes everything that she does from all in her life better. And I think
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes people get a little bit selfish and needy. And as women, we generally are the caretakers, so we want to make sure that everybody feels good, right? And we
Yeah, we
neglect
do.
ourselves. But ladies, take 5. Like I said, walk through that by that mirror and say that affirmation I said,
Yeah.
that Queen Nicola gave us. Um, and watch how you ebb and flow through your day. You're gonna stand up a little taller, you're gonna walk in your heels a little stronger, or if you're wearing flat, whatever you're gonna do, whatever you're wearing, you're just gonna command it because now you know that you can and you do have the approval to find your superpower. And you can do that just by taking a few moments for yourself each day and recognizing your greatness. And it's okay to tell the family to wait for a few minutes while you get yourself
Yeah,
together. It's just
exactly.
better for them when you show up and what they need. Okay,
Yeah.
so why is it important? And this is a good one. A good one to end the last question, but why is it important to embrace our flaws?
Yeah. Well, our flaws, as I said a little bit earlier, are what you think are wrong about you. And we as women just really think we're not good at anything for the most part, or we don't think high enough of ourselves usually. And we show great humility, and humility is a great thing. But flaws are what you perhaps make mistakes with. So, for example, you may keep, for example, losing your keys, all right, your car keys. You keep losing your keys. It's a flaw because what you're doing is you're not being present every time you get home with the keys and putting in the same bowl in the kitchen, for example. It's a very small example. So what you do is, okay, that's a flaw. I keep making mistakes, but the flaw is really that you're not present. You're being very reactive to your environment. You're moving too fast. You might be too scattered. So the flaw there through the keys example is to help you grow in terms of, all right, that what change do I want to make? And it's about becoming more centered in this instance and very present when you get home and taking a moment. So most women run a mile a minute. They're always trying to do everything. And so a flaw shows up when you keep making a mistake over and over again. So what you do is it's a growth opportunity. It's a wonderful moment to grow and make a change so you don't keep repeating that flaw. So this flaw shows us the shadow side of ourselves to help us grow. And it's really up to you if you want to grow and not make that mistake anymore. And you take baby steps every day to remember, whether it's making a note in the kitchen, leave the keys in the bowl, or sticky note in the car, don't forget your keys. Just little tiny things like that help to retrain your brain, rewire your brain through like tiny little steps of action over a period of 3 months, I will tell you, will guarantee that you won't lose your keys anymore, because you would have been practicing that change and your brain gets used to that. It's like learning to ride a bike, driving a car. You need to expose your brain to those little actions that you're taking, and then you make the change. So these flaws are wonderful. They're not bad things. They're not there to tear you down. They're there to help you grow and see yourself in a new way and make a change. People who don't grow have very fixed mindsets. If you do want to grow, it's very much about a growth mindset, and you just have to keep repeating the change that you want to see for yourself, and it helps you grow and develop and expand into the person that you want to be.
I love it. I love it. So practice plasticity, so to
Yes,
speak. You know,
neuroplasticity.
yes, allow yourself to not be so hard on yourself, and you know,
Right.
and incorporate these changes. Like you said, just simple little notes of, putting
Mm-hmm.
your keys. Remember on the refrigerator. My mom was a magnet queen, so every time somebody travels, she wanted them to bring her magnets until she couldn't put the magnets on the refrigerator anymore. She would put notes on there like,
Perfect.
don't forget to do the dishes before I get
Yeah.
home. Make sure you vacuum the house, and
Yeah.
for me, it's one of the things. Like, don't forget to take out meat before if I was going somewhere and I was going to be gone all day. So don't forget to take out the meat so that
Yes.
it's raw,
Yeah.
so when you get home, you could, just simple little stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I think embracing our flaws, again, ladies, the flaws aren't there to make us feel bad. It's to help us to grow and evolve so that we can be the beautiful queens that we are and really command our throne. So when things are thrown at us, out of the norm, we have that plasticity to just move and flow instead of getting stuck and stop. And I think that's what it's all about. So I want to thank you, Nicola.
Thank you.
This beautiful conversation. So now tell the listeners how they can find out more about you and connect with you and,
Yeah.
build that resiliency and create that
Mhm.
vision and growth mindset that all queens need to build and command their empires.
Absolutely. Well, you can reach me at nicolasalter.com. That's Nicola, S for sugar, ALTER.com. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. And you can email me at salternicola@gmail.com. Just email me any questions you have about this show that we've just done, and also about yourself and how you might want to redefine yourself and what that might entail. I'd be delighted to talk with you. So there's a free discovery call that you can join from the website. So I'll look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. And you all, her information will be in the show notes. And this is one of the reasons why it's so important for you to subscribe to the show, because you
Mm-hmm.
get that stuff automatically when we're done having our beautiful conversation. But not only that, you get to find out about guests like Nicola that are going to be on before the show even is aired live. And so thank you, Nicola Queen.
Thank you, my queen. I love talking with you today. And
Hello, Aquarian
yeah,
Queen.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
If y'all haven't guessed, it's all about Aquarius energy today. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
All you fellow Aquarius out there that's watching us, girl, ladies, and
go girl.
hey, absorb this energy and then walk out and be like, yeah, I'm a queen.
Yeah, you are the queen.
I
Go
know
be the queen.
I may have some flaws, but that's okay. I'm embracing them because I'm intentionally going to work on having that plasticity so I can correct my flaws.
Well, you've written enough books. You've just done so much work yourself, Rochelle. You're incredible. So you really are living your queen. Yeah. Yeah, living, just finally living life on your own terms is part of it. It's a new book that I've got coming out, but living life on your own terms and finding your queen is part of this life that we're in right now. And we're so fortunate as women to be given a lot more opportunities than we've had before. And so we should. We deserve it.
We do.
Yeah.
But these men and
I know.
their stuff forever. So ladies, there's a saying in the hood, and I'm not really
Good.
good, but it's just, I think, but game is the saying is game recognizes game. And just like queens recognize queens, and you also recognize people you need to stay away from as well.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. Thank you for this beautiful conversation. Thank all
Thank
of
you.
you for watching us and listening.
Yes.
Share the show, subscribe to the show, connect with Nicola. And I want to thank our sponsors, Blissful Living for You at Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com, as well as All Day Cable Incorporated at alldaycableinc.com. And until next time, I'm wishing you peace to your mind, wellness to your body, tranquility to your spirit. And ladies, go out and own your queendom, because you are a queen. Remember that you are a queen. And when you have that here in your mindset, nobody can take it away from you, nor can they break it down out of you. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a good show. I mean, good show. I hope this was a good show, but have a good week, a good day.
Thank you.